Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another video. I am not going to be doing a review today. I'm going to be doing another top 10. You guys seem to be enjoying these top 10 videos, so that's what we're doing. A couple things before we get rolling here today. If you have not seen last night's video, go check that out. We did a blind review to see if I can taste the difference in a supposed expensive or cheaper cigar, and if I could pick out what kind of tobacco was in it. That video was posted less than 24 hours ago, so check it out while it's still up. As I had said in most prior videos, when we hit 500 subscribers, I'll either be reviewing the Davidoff Royal, either the Solomon or the Robusto, I'm not sure yet, and then the Byron Habaneros. So whenever we hit 500 subscribers, you tell me which one you want to see. So all the videos until up of that's what I'm going to review. Right now we're 2 for 2, 2 for Davidoff and 2 for Byron. So comment down below, just comment Byron or Davidoff, and I'll add it to the tally. And that's what's going to happen at 500. At 300 subscribers, which will probably happen by the end of the night, I think I'm at like 398 or something. Not 398, 298. For all I know, I can be at 300 right now, but I haven't checked. I'll be reviewing the Padron 60 year, and that review will be posted whenever I hit 300, a couple days after. But for today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 most budget-friendly cigars you can get. This is my personal thoughts. I didn't just generate some list using ChatGPT or whatever the hell people use nowadays. This is my personal smoking experiences, and this is stuff I have smoked and I have bought and I have boxes of. So we're just doing 10. Generally, I lose track and I do about 15, but you're either going to get 10, 9, or 15. But starting off with number 1, this is a fantastic cigar. I actually have it right in front of me. I've smoked it quite a few times. We've reviewed it on the channel a long time ago, and you know I talk about it quite a few times. Would be the La Roma de la Cuba Mi Amor. It's a pretty nice box press cigar. There that is. Very nice baby blue bands. This comes in a multitude of formats. I think there's a pyramid, there's the Toro, and there's a Churchill, and then there's a Robusto. This is a $10 cigar. It's fantastic. Lots of strong notes of chocolate, coffee, earth, and just an overall taste you'd expect with a darker bodied cigar. So retail's $10, sometimes $10.95 they go for, but you can usually find them pretty cheap. Literally any cigar from the La Roma de la Cuba line is going to be pretty tasty and worth your buck. But I prefer the Mi Amor, the Edición Especial, the Reserva, and then the Pasión. The Pasión can be a couple more dollars, but it's still within the price budget friendly family. Next up would be the San Cristobal Revelation, another $10 cigar. Very good cigar. It is a Nicaraguan Puro. As for tasting notes, it has a very prominent notes of chocolate, roasted coffee, and a little bit of dark chocolate on there as well, but those are the main tasting notes with a little bit of cedar on the back as well. It just went out. Oh, the light's back there. So yeah, San Cristobal Revelation. Next up, these boots. Oh my. Getting off track already. I just saw the giant scuff mark on my boot under this beaming light. Next up would be another San Cristobal product. I am putting two back to back because they're my favorite San Cristobal products. Would be the San Cristobal Quintessence in a Churchill format. Very good cigar, another Nicaraguan Puro. It pretty much has the same tasting notes. Pretty much, I would say it's a more chocolate forward cigar than the Revelation. The Revelation has a little bit of pepper spice, and it's not as light bodied as the Quintessence. The Quintessence is, I'll just grab the box. It's a little bit more full. The tasting notes are not too much different, but there's, you can taste the difference. And the price is also the same. It's all made by Ashton. Here is the box. San Cristobal Quintessence. This is the Epicure, which is the Toro. This is a box I had. I no longer have any more of the cigars left because they are so good. Next up, what's a good one? I'm trying to think of where to put it on the list. Alright, well this one isn't as budget friendly, but I consider it budget friendly because of the amount of money I spend on cigars. The next one would be a Davidoff product, and it would be the Nicaragua. The Davidoff Nicaragua Box Press Toro. They're anywhere from $15 to $20. Sometimes you'll pay $20 for them, but most of the time they're anywhere from $16 to $15. So I still consider it price friendly, budget friendly. That's another really good cigar. It is a Davidoff, so it's going to have some really good attributes to it. Considering it is, like I said, made by Davidoff, it's going to have all the good things that Davidoff has, but at an affordable price. That's why I tend to. I think I've smoked I've had their Diadema size, I've had the Toro, and then I've had the Box Press Toro. All very good cigars, and definitely well worth that price. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth it. And I would recommend picking one up if you have a few extra bucks to spare. What do I want to do next? I guess I could do that one. Alright. The Plasencia Reserva. It is a $9 cigar. I have the box up here, along with my 400 other boxes of things I have. Grab it. Alrighty. So it comes in a box of 10. It's covered in spider webs, so bear with me. Let's see here. Yes. The Plasencia Reserva Original. This is a Corona 6.5 by 44. It was a box of 10. And this box was very cheap. I think it's the cheapest box of cigars I've ever bought. It was like 70 bucks. So there is all that information that I'm not going to read. And there's the front of the box. Pretty cool box. I like the little rivets with the leather tabs. And then just kind of a little rustic look with the shiny logo on there. And then just a little sneak peek of the stuff in there. This was a really good cigar. I just picked it up because I was so baffled at the price. I was like, there's no way a cigar can be this good for $10. That was long before I experienced La Roma de la Cuba. This cigar is pretty good. It has strong tasting notes of like a marshmallow creaminess, lots of white pepper. It has a very strong forward note of pepper. And then on the back, you're gonna get a little bit of earthiness and a couple things on there that you generally wouldn't expect with a cigar, but it's definitely tasty and it's well worth trying the cigar. So yeah, $10 for this. They have multiple sizes. There's a Robusto, Diadema, Perfecto. I don't think there's a Churchill. There's a Churchill, and then the Corona that I have. I like the Corona because it was very similar to a Lancero or a Lonsdale. I really like Lancero cigars just because of the size. It's like, I consider it a mini Churchill. It doesn't have as much tobacco as a Churchill, so you're going to get the same thing as a Churchill, but just a little bit quicker. So it's going to develop the same, but you just have a little bit, you're not on a time crunch. Next up, can't believe I'm saying this, but when I first started smoking cigars, it was my holy grail. It was the first box I ever had, and it would be the Sweet Jane by Deadwood, owned by Drew Estate, also owned by Cigars International. The Sweet Jane in the Corona format, the Petite Corona. Very good cigars. That is a flavored cigar. They use aromatic pipe tobacco, so they call. So it's not like that nasty acid shit or Tatiana. So it's not like smoking cough medicine, essentially. That's generally what the Tatianas are reserved for, is like if you want to taste like you're smoking cough medicine. But to me, sometimes, honestly, I will smoke a really say? I will smoke a Sweet Jane because it tastes like smoking a pipe. So if I don't want to sit there and pack a pipe, I'll just smoke a Sweet Jane or something from the Deadwood line because it tastes just as close as a pipe, honestly. So the Sweet Jane's very good, and then the Girl with No Name Lonsdale is very good. I have it up here. I told myself to sit in my chair. Okay, I don't have it up here, I'm mistaken, but I do have other cigars I want to show in this video up here. So I will grab them while I'm up here. Alrighty, I don't have it, but Sweet Jane Lonsdale, I've done a review on it. It was a tasty stick. I recommend you pick them up. So the next one is a Rocky Patel product. Very good cigar. We've reviewed this on the channel before. This would be the Rocky Patel LB1, $10 stick. Most of the cigars I'll be talking about today are going to be $10 cigars. That's kind of the definition of what budget-friendly would be. This is a really good cigar. The first time I had it, it was so strong, I was it was nicotine buzz beyond belief, and it usually takes a lot for me to get a nicotine buzz from a cigar. But it had these really good, like, gourmand dessert notes. It had this really distinctive note I couldn't pick up on, but it was very good. It was definitely worth it, and I honestly really enjoyed the cigar. I smoked it that night. Is there a ghost in here? I smoked it that night and went back the next day and got the box from the store. So really enjoyable cigar, especially for the price. I think this is a Toro Extra. Yes, a Toro Extra. So you can see I have a Toro right here. And then there's the LB1, so it's just a little bit bigger. So Toro Extra, $10, really good bang for your buck. Excuse me. Next up would be another very good cigar. I discovered this boutique brand. Keep choking on my spit. Excuse me. I discovered this boutique brand in Hilton Head. I was at the local cigar store in Buffton, South Carolina, and the gentleman working at the store said, "Have you ever heard of Cavalier?" I said, "I've not." He said, "Well, you gotta try this." I gave him what I like the taste in cigars. He goes, "Okay, try this." So he said, "Try the limited edition 2022, which I still have." And then he also said I should try the Cavalier White Label. And it was a really good cigar. It wasn't anything too crazy. It's just very simplistic. And you know, when I don't want to sit there and think about the tasting notes I'm tasting, I just kind of want to have a cigar, enjoy, relax. This is what I'll go for from time to time. $10 is MSRP. I like the bands. They're very simple. Yes, you can smoke through that gold foil there. I thought that was pretty cool. There's the horse logo, whatever the hell you want to call it, Cavalier, and then part of the cigar. So another tasty stick. Definitely a big bang for your buck on that one as well. Next up would be, this is definitely an affordable one. Sometimes they can be a little bit more expensive depending on where you get them. But where I got mine from, I paid $10, $100 for the box. And that would be the Romeo y Julieta Vintage Lote. They call this a double Corona, but it's nowhere near it. So I don't know why they call it a double Corona, because this is the same size as a Churchill. I don't even think it is the same size as a Churchill. You know, this stuff's all rubbed off there, but this is a Churchill. This is not a double Corona. Double Corona is about that big. We've reviewed a double Corona on the channel before. But like I said, this is another anywhere from $10 to $13, $15 cigar. It smokes very well. It's very, very smooth. There's no pepper on the cigar at all. It just has really creamy notes, so like chocolate, cream, espresso, no earth, no pepper. It's just overall very savory, very soft smoke. Good smoke output, and I believe it has medio tempo tobacco in it, so you'll definitely enjoy that one. Alright, I think we got a couple left here, and then I'm going to smoke my Me and More tonight. The next one would be another San Cristobal, that's 3 in this video, would be the San Cristobal Papagayo XXL. The cigar is discontinued, however, they still do make a version of it, but not the same blend. The XXL had a special type of tobacco in it that gave it a unique characteristic, but they still make the XXL. It's not the Papagayo XXL. It's just the 6x60 Gordo. It is relatively the same when it comes to taste, but it doesn't have that exclusive note that you would get with the XXL Papagayo. But $10 is MSRP for a 6x60 cigar, so you're getting a lot of cigar. The one that I have, the limited, I guess what was a limited edition or discontinued, whatever the hell you want to call it, had a very, very potent note of cherry, which first time I ever had cherry on a cigar. Cherry, dark chocolate, dark coffee, dark earth. So lots of very dark notes. You will taste it the next day, no matter how many times you brush your teeth or use mouthwash. I do have a box. I think I have maybe 10 or 12 of them left. But that was a very good cigar. I really enjoyed it, especially for the price. You can't beat it. They were $9.95 is what I paid for them. And then on top of the 10%, I think I was down to maybe $8.50 or something. So very cheap. It was, for the way that cigar smokes, it smokes like a $20 or $25 Davidoff. So I really enjoyed it. So the last cigar that I'm going to be chatting about today is, we'll call it budget friendly for people that have money to spare, is the best way I can describe it. As you guys know, it is my favorite cigar. A lot of people say it's overhyped, and I would disagree. It's I treat it like a good occasion cigar, even though the price of it and the availability of it, I cherish it like it's a $50 or $40 cigar. So it's only reserved for like a special time when I have a lot of people over, and that would be the Winston Churchill Late Hour. That was my number one cigar of 2024, and it will be my number one cigar for who knows however long. That cigar is packed with notes. There's so much. From the moment you light it up, you get this little bit of Scotch taste on the bottom of it. You get a little bit of chocolate, you get a little bit of peat, and you get a little bit of earth. Lots of earth. In the second third, the Scotch note's going to start to pick up. You're going to get a little bit of coffee. And then the final third is the best part of the cigar. All the notes from the first third and the second third smash together, and you get this really potent note of Scotch. I'm a pretty big Scotch drinker. I like Scotch with cigars, but I tend to go for bourbon. I have this bottle of, I've yet to crack it, but I've had it before. This would be the Glenlivet 21 Sample Room. Very good Scotch. When I was at a cigar bar once, this is what I had. So there's that Glenlivet 21 year Sample Room. Gorgeous color on that. And this is what I had with my Winston Churchill Late Hour. So really enjoyed it. Even more with a $400 bottle of Scotch. I don't talk too much about, bourbons, liquors, etc. on the channel. I know they kind of go hand in hand, but I've never really ever talked about it. So if you guys want to see something about my bourbon collection, just comment down below on that. I said it 1,000 times, MSRP of the Winston Churchill Late Hours, anywhere from $20 to $26. So like I said, that's a little bit above budget, but some people sometimes have a little bit of money to splurge, and you can afford that sweet treat. By all means, you don't have to drink it with a $400 Scotch. I have the French Oak Reserve, also by Glenlivet. That's a $90 bottle. It's not cheap, but okay. It's a good bottle, good pairing, but just saying, you don't have to pair it with a $400 bottle. But I think that's going to do it for tonight's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Generally when I post videos like this, it seems to get a little bit more attention because I think people are looking for recommendations on what to smoke, me being one of them, and I can never find any good recommendations. So hopefully this video helped you guys out a little bit. Any new subscribers, comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. The more comments, the better. I try to respond to all of them in a timely fashion. But like I said, when I hit 300 subscribers, we'll be doing the Padron 60 year. Somehow I forget that every time. That's like a $90, $100 cigar. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying that and celebrating 300 subscribers with that as well. Also at 400 subscribers, jumping the gun a little bit, but never know what's going to happen. We'll be reviewing the Byron Londinus. That is the Habanero's, not predecessor, the Habanero's little brother, we'll call it. The Habanero is just the larger version. It has a little bit of tweaked tobacco in it, but they're very similar. The Londinus is the Robusto version. Fantastic cigar. Anything from Byron, honestly, is going to be really good. So that's enough of me going off on a tangent. I'm going to go smoke my Mia Moore. I'm going to go put this Scotch away because I'm probably never going to drink it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I don't think I'm going to be doing a video anytime soon, even though I said I wasn't going to be doing one in last night's video. Here I am doing one right now. So you never know. It's a gamble. But tomorrow, I think I'm going to take an off day, and I'll probably see you guys in the upcoming week. The following review will most likely be the Padron 60 year. Like I said, for all I know, I could be at 300 subscribers right now. So, appreciate you guys, everything for that. Hope if I get some time to smoke a cigar, relax. Today's the first day here where it's not -8 degrees. I could probably go start a fire and stay warm, but I'll sit by my heater and freeze my ass off instead. So I'm gonna go smoke down my cigar, and I will see you guys in the upcoming week. Hopefully you enjoy the video and have a good night.